Scientist is term people have given to segregate them to be somebody very unique, but scientist is one of the professions they pursue. See, we humans, we think the whole world thinks like we think. Any antibiotic, why we say give it only under prescription is, never this AI systems will take over when it comes to infectious diseases, because a clinician is the right person to actually, by numbers if you see, only 1/3 of our body is made up of human cells. 2/3 is by microbes.
Gut bacteria, microbiome, and what not happens in your gut. You want to know most of it? You know what? Dr. Maneesh Paul is here to tell you everything and anything about your gut microbes and biome that lives in your gut. He got an antibiotic approved in 2024 by EMA, FDA, and MHRA. A clinical microbiologist, he has led research in novel anti-infectives and co-invented several antibacterial and antifungal molecules. There's more. He is also the CEO of MicroMovioma, driving micro-database innovations for One Health. Dr. Paul holds PhD in medical microbiology and completed postdoctoral research at Johns Hopkins University, UMia University, and the FDA. There is more and more I cannot tell you. He'll tell you more about it. Let's hear what he has to tell us. Hi Maneesh sir, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So what happens in your scientific world?
I would say, starting from your grandmother, everyone is a scientist. Scientist is a term people have given to segregate them to be somebody very unique, but scientist is one of the professions they pursue. When your grandmother made a new recipe, that's an invention, that's an innovation, often a recipe. So innovations constantly happen from kitchen to the outside world. Everyone is innovating. In India, the way we drive, right? Very innovative. It's awareness driven driving is what we call it as. It's not by the rules, but people know 360-degree awareness when they drive. That's very innovative way of driving, right? So scientists, we have a specific project related activities we do. We look at things based on the research question we are asking. What is that I want to understand in this? What is the solution I'm looking for? So that drives the process. And research happens here. Bench is only to translate that thought process. If people say, I've been working in the lab for several years, it is to find an answer to the hypothesis they have put across, they're chasing. They're trying to find a solution for that. So that is why they do research, scientists. So scientist is not somebody who is very special or very unique.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that needs to be said out loud.
Yeah, I don't feel that I'm very any special or something. I'm like anybody else.
Okay. So, when it comes to you chasing about any hypothesis, is that you're already fed and then you go across it, or is it like you in the process learn about it? Okay.
So we have a specific question, research question. Okay, I want to identify which is the pathogen or the bacteria which is causing this infection. Or then now I need to design the experiments which will help that bacteria to grow in my laboratory. So it's all very systematically, methodically, designed experiments. So it's not random. I just felt like this, so I just do this experiment. No, there has to be scientific rationale, because everything runs by principles. Right? The whole universe runs by principles, right? So the laws of physics govern this. So we need to bear in mind, and then we design the experiment based on that. Now, what is a particular bacteria requiring to be more nutritionally growing? Okay. So like human beings, each of us have got different ways of nutrition, right? It is not the same food everybody is eating. All of us eat different foods. Some require more protein, some require less protein. Similarly for bacteria, I'm a microbiologist, so I would speak from that perspective to explain this.
Absolutely.
So we would grow bacteria with we provide the food which is beneficial to that particular bacteria and will help that to grow. At the same time, we will use ingredients in that food which will prevent other bacteria from growing. So we make it very unique.
You mean to say bacteria have brains?
So when we grow the bacteria, we use different kinds of media. We call it as media. Media is nothing but food for bacteria. That's the terminology we use. Masala dosa andange, we call it as media for this.
Yes.
So we grow different kinds of food, provide different kinds of foods for different kinds of bacteria to grow. And once they grow, it starts from a single cell or maybe few cells. They all multiply every 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. That is the speed at which bacteria grow. That means they are evolving very fast. They change very fast. So they understand us very well.
But they carry the same characteristics.
A particular bacteria carries particular characteristics.
But when it comes to virus?
Everything.
Change.
So that's the reason we give them a name, right? Generic name and species name. Genus and species we call it.
Yes,
right?
yes, 2 names.
So 2 names are given. Like we are called Homo sapiens,
Yeah.
right? Homo erectus. Like various species are different types of, during evolutionary process we have been also given species changes.
Yes.
Genera is one. So in bacteria also most of the people would know is like E. coli. Right? People talk about it because in water, wastewater, everybody, or cholera.
Yes, yes.
You heard of cholera. That is much easier to relate to.
Yes.
Vibrio cholera is what it is known as. So Vibrio is a genus, cholera is a species. And we know for Vibrio cholera, what kind of food has to be provided that other bacteria don't grow, but except this will grow better. So we'll give that kind of food. So going to your question, if bacteria have got brains or, right?
Yeah.
I
Because
would,
you said it will not consume what the other bacteria is consuming.
yes.
Right? The others will not consume and they'll not grow.
Yeah.
Hence, you're only having the culture of that bacteria in
Yeah.
that particular experiment. So what's happening there?
There's no term as brain. See, we humans, we think the whole world thinks like we think. And the whole world has to be like us. Right? That is where our limitation comes in.
Yeah, yeah.
So microbes, they don't need to have brains like humans think we have brains. They have a different mode of communication which is called as quorum sensing.
Okay.
So they send signals to each other and they communicate with each other.
Okay.
And they transmit the information from generations to generations through leaving the information on the genetic code. So when the bacteria dies, so either it would leave it in the open environment for other bacteria to just take it and learn from it, or it would transduce. So transduction we call it as, they're very interesting. One is between bacteria, one is sexual reproduction we say. It forms a tube between 2 cells and it transmits the genetic information.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That is conjugation. Now transformation is, it just leaves the message out, the other bacteria would take it in. Okay, it absorbs it into that. The third is very interesting. We have another kind of virus known as bacteriophages we call it as. They're like helicopters,
Yes,
like
yes.
what you call satellites. They got that hexagonal kind of a shape and legs and all. What they do, they come, they go into the cell, they take the genetic material and go and pump it into another bacteria. That's called transduction.
Okay.
So which
The
means,
carriers.
yeah,
Okay.
they take information from one bacteria and give it to the other bacteria, so it spreads. So in a way, if you see, bacteria have evolved so much, though they belong to the primitive class, how we have classified them as primitive. Humans, we classified them as primitive and we call it as primitive. But in my opinion, they are the smartest beings on earth, microbes.
Without brains.
They have they don't need not have brain for that
Brains,
matter,
yeah.
right? They have that inherent information is so rich because every 20 minutes they replicate. Humans, we replicate maybe 30, 40 years once or twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the age, right?
Yes.
You don't replicate so often.
Yes. Yeah.
So unlike microbes, that means every time we replicate, we are transmitting our information to the next generations, right? That's why they say lineage they see. These traits keep coming in this lineage.
Yes.
Similarly, bacteria also we look at their lineage, right? What is the original cell? During the process, if there is a cross with another bacteria of different variant of a same species, then this bacteria gets modified.
It changes.
It changes. It acquires new information and it can express just like human beings, show different information. If you look at when a baby is born,
Yeah.
so the girl side parents will come and say, oh, looks like my daughter. And boy side parents comes and say, hey, looks like my son. That's because that's how they see it.
Yeah.
That means both traits are present in that child. So if 2 different species, like or rather variants of human beings also marry, an Indian marrying a Caucasian, the child is going to have a mixture of genes, right? Similarly, bacteria also can do that. Microbes do that, and they keep evolving into them.
Okay.
So they don't have brains like we define it, but they have enough information that the brain can conduct itself, right? For maintaining the integrity of their species, they will do that.
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
So if they are always evolving,
Hmm.
how have they evolved? What do you see now?
See, we human beings, we have done some mistakes, right? Bacteria, yeah, with the microbes, we have done
You've
wrong
done
to,
mistakes with the microbes also.
yeah,
Yes.
we have been bad to the microbes
Tell
as human
me
beings.
about it.
Because if you look at prior to the discovery era of the antibiotics, right, we call it golden age of antibiotics. Those days what happened was microbes, they had their own ecosystem to survive. Even among them, just like human beings, right? Now, if you are in a corporate world, if you want to grow yourself, you will make sure that you strengthen yourself and you'll differentiate yourself to be somebody who can offer more. In the process, you may rub on the wrong side of some people. Some people they may distance from you, correct, because a change in your behavior or something, because your behavior is what is mattering there. In microbes, they release certain chemical substances, so other bacteria will start not coming closer to them, other microbes may not coming
So
closer
they
to
dominate.
that. So these DOS are dominated,
Okay.
right? I'm just simplifying it, not
Yes,
exact
yes,
the terms,
yes.
but
Yeah.
trying to make you understand that. So this is called as antimicrobial substances have been released by the microbes for their survival and superiority and long-term existence. Now this is what Alexander Fleming saw in his plate, and he said, hey, this fungus is releasing something for which the bacteria are dying. That's when he isolated penicillin.
Okay.
That substance which was making the bacteria not grow is called as, is the antibiotic known as penicillin. So bacteria evolve for their survival.
Okay.
They also want to survive. So once penicillin came in, what we started doing, this is great, because until then human lifespan was short. Shashtabdi in India, right? 60 years means like a great celebration. In olden days, it was like a celebration. This person lived for 60 years. But now, centenarians is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Anybody can cross 100 years of their age if you maintain certain lifestyle order. If you're disorderly there, then it has its own consequences. But the medical world is supporting the existence of or healthy living for human beings. That is happening in any case. Now, looking at all these things, if you see, when they evolve, they're evolving to survive. And these antibiotics, what happened, once people saw we are able to live longer, smallest thing, we started taking antibiotics.
Oh, yeah.
And when you start doing that, bacteria, now they saw, oh, humans think they are smarter than us. Let me show you who I am, quote unquote, right? So they started evolving to make changes in their structure itself, cell structure, so that the antibiotic would not enter inside, or if this particular target is hitting, right? Like cephalosporins we talked about, right? Cephalosporins would go and hit the cell wall. Now what happens once the cell wall goes, bacteria is trying to multiply. When it's multiplying, it is forming various building blocks in that, like bricks. It takes all of them and starts building a block of the cell wall.
Yes.
Now our antibiotic will go and fit into one of the places as a brick. Once it sits, it doesn't have other surfaces to neatly fix it. So bacteria will not be able to make the cell wall completely, so it dies. When it realized you are doing that, it developed a different kind of a structure now. It changes, like instead of buying from provider X the bricks, it went to Y, different shape.
Okay.
So it started using those to build the cell wall now.
Yeah.
So when our antibiotic went, it is not hitting because it doesn't have the same structure there to fit in.
Correct.
This is how bacteria is evolving to survive. And sometimes it produces certain enzymes, which comes out and it breaks down the antibiotic. That's called as beta lactamase, we call it. It's one of the enzymes is called as beta lactamase. And the molecule which the N-metazobactam,
Yeah.
it is a beta lactam.
Your guy.
It's a team, of course. It's never one person.
Okay.
The IP comes through only few people, but there's a whole fraternity there which
of
works to
course.
bring a drug
Yes.
to the market.
Yes.
So it inhibits this enzyme.
This enzyme.
So that now we are also evolving. We said, okay, you produce this enzyme. I will make a drug which will go and block the enzyme so that you will not know that I am coming there. So you're still naive and I'll go and hit with the other antibiotic and kill the bacteria again. So it's a constant tussle between bacteria and human beings. And 90% and above, I don't know exact number because we are also discovering newer species constantly. At this point, we can say most of the microbes are good
And why are we after them?
because few are bad. So we think the whole microbe world is
So
bad,
we are just eradicating the entire this thing.
very bad.
Yeah. Right.
So we should not do that. So when they evolve, right, this antibiotic, when this tussle is going on for evolution, that phenomena is known as antimicrobial resistance. The badge of area, AMR, prevent AMR. The reason I say prevent AMR, that is the WHO's logo.
So let's get, before getting into that, what exactly is AMR?
That's all, antimicrobial resistance.
So there's a resistance coming from the microbes.
Microbes to
themselves.
the antibiotics we are using.
Okay.
So because if you go to a pharmacy, he'll give you whatever drug you want.
Yeah, they're like the second doctors without any consultation.
Yeah, they should not do that. Right? They are not authorized to
yes.
dispense any antimicrobial agents by
Yeah.
anybody other than a prescriber.
Yes.
When a
that's
prescription comes in, only then they are supposed to dispense it. And there is a red line on all the antibiotic strip. It is a scheduled drug,
true. H drug, yeah, yes.
right? It cannot be dispensed without a prescription. But what happens? They will dispense because the public which goes and buys, they are going to demand it. Take a hypothetical, this is a socio-economic problem essentially in the third world countries or LMICs, lower middle income countries. It's a socio-economic problem because if I have to go to a clinician, I have to take leave and I have to pay.
Yes.
For many of the people who are in a certain economic level, for them losing 2 hours of job is a loss of 2 hours of pay for them.
Yes.
And then they have to pay the clinician for, and then we have to go to diagnostic center to get a test done.
Yes.
And then you are prescribed the antibiotic. That is the process. Now they think, why should I waste this money? I'll straight go to a clinician, I mean a pharmacist directly, and he is happy to sell it because he is just getting, his interest is only in the revenues.
Yes.
He'll just dispense it off. So this is something which is larger problem as a nation. Every nation has to think about how to address it. There is no one answer for it. Only
So
thing
there's no breaking the chain kind of thing happening. How do
only
we do
way
it?
is at the drug controller where they have to stop allowing free supply of antimicrobial agents. It has to be controlled.
Well, the population provided this much, it's
So now what happens? People think, what if I die? And clinicians also will think, what if I don't give the antibiotic if the patient dies? They'll come and now attack me because there is no more, I mean there's a lot of atrocities that happen now against the clinicians as well.
yes.
So now how do you fix it? So it's a larger problem which requires multi-stakeholders coming together and finding a solution to solve it. And that is when the concept of antimicrobial stewardship came into play. So we start educating people. Unless necessary, don't take antimicrobial agents.
What do you mean by unless necessary?
Prescribed.
When do they take?
So unless it is prescribed,
Okay.
otherwise don't take it. You strengthen your immunity rather.
So what is the lifespan of that bacteria if it stays inside you and you're not taking any antibiotics? So what is the lifespan of that fight that happens inside you, and who loses it? When do we take your antibiotic?
So any antibiotic, why we say give it only under prescription is, a clinician is the right person to know the whole system. They know is it a viral or bacterial, fungal, parasitic. They will decide that using diagnostics.
Yes.
The clinician is the right person to make that conclusion. In addition to all these things, they take the complete clinical picture of the patient. What else is there in this patient? And then they'll decide which antibiotic to be given to this patient. Okay. Now, if we cut that chain and go directly, what happens is maybe there may be some of the side effects we may experience, or we are simply taking an antibiotic for which there is no particular not all antibiotics kill all the bacteria, right? Why we have so many variety? Because each antibiotic has only certain set of microbes it can kill. So the antibiotic you're taking doesn't have a target for the bacteria that is infecting you. So it's waste of taking. So you're actually causing more harm. And when you start taking like that, what happens? If there is some level only the antibiotic is entering the bacteria or interacting with the bacteria learns the structure, It will understand, oh, human beings, you are using this kind of a structure to kill us. They will study the structure and they will decide. Next time this kind of a drug comes to us, we should know how to break it. They will do their R&D lab. They are the scientists, right? They will sit and they start working together, sharing information. Because human beings, we think ideas come to me, it's only mine.
Exactly.
I will not tell anyone. But microbes, I got an idea, come on everybody see. let's work together because they are interested in the protection and the survival of the species. Here we are individual we are looking at. But olden times, of course, it was a species, even among human beings. Now it has become more of individuals because the corporate structures and survival and all those things make it. So microbes, what they do is they will decide whether to beat this antibiotic or wall it off.
Yes. Okay.
Beta lactamases go and break the antibiotic. But the structural change, if they do it, the antibiotic has no activity. That is called as antimicrobial resistance.
Okay.
So they start growing, your antibiotic is not able to eradicate the infection. So when should they take the antibiotic? Yeah. The clinician would know it the best. And they would tell, okay, for this infection, take that particular antibiotic. It will work on you. So now what the patient does it, they'll take the antibiotic and go. Next time somebody gets the same cough, hey, I was given this, you take it. They start playing the doctor, which is again a wrong thing. As I told you, a patient is a holistic system which the clinician will be able to evaluate, assess everything and then tell what to be done. But now we have one more, our World Wide Web, search engines. And we have got AI based systems are available, they will diagnose for you. So, but there is a human touch is very important. Never this AI systems will take over when it comes to infectious diseases because a clinician is the right person to actually palpate the patient, touch the patient, understand, hear the heart sounds, has it gone to the lungs, has it gone, where they will assess and then they will tell whether you require or not. Okay, and next thing is, I would suggest more than that, focus on building your immune system. You will not get infection.
Tell us about it, please. It's post-pandemic and we still don't know how to build our immune system or strengthen it, or what do we do about it?
Listen to your parents. What do they say? They say
ghar ka khana.
Home cooked food. Predominantly, of course, you're supposed to have your life have fun life. Predominantly have home cooked food. Sleep at least 8 hours. Don't have late nights because there's something in the circadian rhythm in the body, right? There is, our body is conditioned with the sunrise and sunset, and all the organs function differently at each hour of the night. That is the time reset is happening. And if you're awake till 12 every night, so some of the organs are not getting the rest when they're supposed to rest and repair themselves.
So are you telling me the circadian rhythm, the organs and everything is also connected to your bacteria?
Absolutely. If I ask you, Arpitha, how much of your body cells by number are made up of human cells? You would say 100%.
Yes.
You're 100% a human being.
Yes.
I'm going to disappoint you by saying only 1/3 of your human cells are present in your body. By number. By size, of course, we are the whole body. By numbers, if you see, only 1/3 of our body is made up of human cells. 2/3 is by microbes. They're viruses, bacteria, everything put together.
They're living in our body.
They are the ones who are the majority. They are the majority in our body, human
they
body.
Decide when we get the flu.
Of course.
Not our body.
Of course, your body is a victim.
Okay.
Right? Right? So, if you do not take care of your body's immune system, then there is a problem. Because when a baby is born, right? So, before birth, body will undergo, does a check of the entire body check it does. And it marks every structure and says, this is all me, self.
Okay.
It checks and then the baby comes down to the earth. That's the birth. Before birthing process, it identifies. That's called as identifying as self and non-self. This is all me, this is self, it knows now. Once it comes into this world, now anything other than it thinks it's foreign.
Yes.
It's not me. I have to attack it. It is gears up. So who is the first thing that goes into the body is microbes. They enter the microbe. Microbes will enter the body. And instantly the baby's immune system will go charging. Who are you guys? How did you enter in? They say, we've been already there in your mother's womb itself. You are there in the milk, you're drinking, we are coming there from the air. The hospital environment looks very nice. So we've been living here for a long time before you came on this hospital. I've been here. They'll come and we call it colonizing them.
Yes.
Just like colonization, right?
Okay.
They colonize.
Yes. Colonize
Once
your
they
body. Yeah. Okay.
Once they colonize, what happens is now bacteria and humans will start having a conflict. Then the bacteria tell them, listen guys, you are very new in this world. We've been around for a long time. Now you have to know that without us, you won't survive. So humans as usual say, what? do you think? Who's the boss?
Yes.
I am the big guy and you are telling me this? He said, no, listen, take a word of my wisdom. That's the first time human body listens to someone else other than non-human. Okay, tell us what is it about. I say, we are the ones who will help you absorb a lot of vitamins, nutrients. But you know what? Let's sign a treaty. As long as we'll provide you these things, you allow us to stay with you. Okay, body says, okay, let's sign a treaty. But who's smarter? I said, microbes. Just like any contracts, you sign the fine prints. Microbes had done the fine prints because they're tinier.
Yes, yes.
I'm just kidding here, okay. So they put a fine line. What does the fine line say, which human beings ignore it is, it's your responsibility to make sure this body, the machinery is well maintained. When you do not maintain it, your immune system is going to be losing guard and we take over you. That fine print, we haven't read it. So we do all these late nights, eating junk, lot of junk and pumping in a lot of chemicals in the body, perfumes and so many makeups, everything, all these things are affecting every cell is filled with microbes.
Okay.
Beauty is a skin dip, they say, right? I don't say skin dip.
It's
Beauty
on the
is not
surface
there.
only, no?
If you have put your skin under the microscope, you will say, yuck. It's not that smooth at all, right? That's how it is.
Yes.
So when we lose guard, they will start taking over. These kind of bacteria are known as opportunistic pathogens.
Okay.
They are pathogenic bacteria, they are in us and on us, but they don't do anything to us until you lose sight of your human system. So having a balance with circadian rhythm, right food, good quality of life, exercise. When you exercise, even microbes enjoy it because there is again the gut-brain axis comes into play, right? So
What happens in the gut-brain axis?
you're happy? Are you happy?
I am. Very much.
That's because of them. Every time you're happy, you must say, thank you, microbes.
Okay.
Because
when they say gut feeling,
yeah, that's why, right?
how is it connected to your brain and how do you act upon? You say, many say that if your gut is healthy, your brain works fine.
Yeah.
How is that?
Because we call gut as the second brain.
So your microbes are in your brain also?
They're not in the brain. They control the what do you call it, neurotransmitters,
The chemical
supply,
reaction.
yeah, all those things, right?
Yeah.
What they produce there, what they absorb there, what they break down there, all this will constitute towards the gut-brain axis,
Okay.
right? So that's if you maintain a good, healthy lifestyle and exercising, don't have to do like bodybuilding, just regular exercise. Keep yourself oxygenated.
Okay.
You know, every morning take the sunlight.
Okay.
We have in India, we have a lot of traditions, right? Oh, Surya Namaskara and all those things. So when you do that, what you're stretching your body, at the same time you're absorbing the sunlight, and that brings in a lot of energy into the body, and all these things help the microbes. So gut-brain axis is even mental health and everything, cancers, everything is connected to gut now. Now evidence is coming now. I'll tell you, in the year 1990, okay, my professor, when I was studying at KMC Mangalore, he was telling there is a person who had irritable bowel. I mean,
IBS, yes.
constant trouble. So he told, Maneesh, why don't we try, as a suppository, feces of a breastfed neonate. Okay, that is very nascent. It's very early stages. Okay, so but of course we were not permitted to do that. But the thought came in those days. So if we can use fecal material of a breastfed neonate, which could be very nascent, that could be given as a suppository, and then it could colonize and make his gut better. We thought, but we didn't do it, of course. But now there is a company called Rebiota, which got approval by US FDA, who are selling poop extracts for resetting the gut microbiota. So which means we thought of it long time ago. That thought was there. What I'm trying to say is, in our Indian system, we have got a lot of festivals, and there are different foods for different festivals. They all, in a way, indirectly or directly and partially help our gut microbiota to strengthen.
Okay.
It's all, when you think, not you, it's your gut. It's not here, it's from here, yes, there.
Okay. So it's all about how you keep your gut clean.
Happy, keep it happy. Keep gut happy. If little disturbance from there is telling you, you know what, I need a break. That's all.
So
We
you
may
don't
think
have to break your brain sometimes. So you don't have to tell yourself you're always suffering anxiety, panic attack. It's not there. It's there.
it comes from there.
There,
Of
yeah.
course, the thoughts also are important. Once it triggers, then your mind goes for a vacation, and it says, "I will now dominate." Just like microbes dominate in some places, it will start imagining, and that imagination has no boundaries, and it starts creating scenarios, hypothetical scenarios in your mind, and makes you to believe that it's reality, and you start reacting to that, and it's a vicious cycle. You start thinking something's happening already. That's when you go crazy, and anxiety builds up, and now then you want some support for anxiety.
Yeah.
You're creating it.
Yeah.
Take care of this gut, half the problems are solved. Unless some things are there, of course, psychological issues, those are very different. I'm telling, when it comes to a normal person, then you need to check, how is my lifestyle? What am I eating? Those things, if you check, you'll find answers there itself.
Okay. When you spoke about food, so how is that telling us you need to have this food for your gut bacteria? What is good for our gut?
Normal food.
That's the first thing we do, right? If food is something which keeps you going, like your gut should be neat and clean, so you have to eat well. When you say eat well, eat healthy, what do you mean?
I think there is enough,
Are you talking about prebiotics, probiotics, fermented food?
see, you forget about all these terminologies.
Okay.
Because those are all nowadays, I think we have
They're like
defined.
super hyped and they are trending everywhere, and they have like n number of companies selling each bottles, every this whales they call everything is sent. So you have to eat this. You have to eat after you take antibiotics. Why is it happening?
See, that's also a kind of a myth, I would say. They say if you take antibiotics, all the bacteria are dead. No.
No? Okay.
They won't die. That means it's a super bullet which will kill all the bacteria. That means I don't need any more antibiotics. Only one antibiotic is enough for killing all the bacteria. No.
Right.
Each bacteria, as I told you, have different targets. It won't kill all. It does reduce the numbers, of course. That way, if you see, when you take statins or you take medication, beta blockers for hypertension, they also alter the gut microbiota. Everything which goes in impacts the kind of what you call additives are added to the food for taste, which are like not good quality. There are chemicals used. They also go and affect your gut microbiota. They are more dangerous as well.
Okay. Okay.
Right, so we cannot say if you take antibiotic, all these things are gone. So coming to the foods, if you see, healthy foods have enough soft fibers in your food, natural fibers, green leafy vegetables, carrots, those are all those things. So you take them, you take enough proteins. It's a balance between. So if you look at in our plates, we have like multiple varieties. We have green vegetable, we have got dough based breads, and then we have got some raw vegetables like salad, wheat. All these are put together in the plate because all these things help you to have a wholesome food. You don't have to go too deep into say, unless there is a deficiency in you. You don't have to think about too much about it. Eat normal food at home, but have a variety. Have more of what you call vegetables and fruits dominating on the plate than your roti or rice.
Okay.
That's the balance. Many we think you will take more rice and less vegetables. You flip that one, and don't overdo anything.
Okay.
We get a tendency,
There
green.
are diets 80-20, 80% of fruits and vegetables, 20% of your carbs.
But if you gradually do this, right, normalization of your food habits, your gut will tell you whether it's happy or not.
Right.
It will respond to you. It will respond to you.
Yes.
Then you just, because each of us have a unique signature of the microbiota. There's nothing called uniform. Your microbiota and my microbiota are completely different. Not completely, to a large extent different.